Good morning, operators. Stand by. Stand by. Coffee's hot, frequency's alive. 145.430. You're listening to the morning hum. This is the Coffee Break Net. Steam rising with the sunrise glow. Signals bouncing nice and low. Foothill light and silicon sky. Morning check-ins rolling by. Call sign ready, mic in hand. Voices drifting through the band. RF dancing in the air. Someone's mobile somewhere out there. Heat up, drop your sign. One at a time, you're sounding fine. Sip so don't rush the day. Net control will lead the way. Coffee on the console, radio's awake. Morning on the machine, give and take. Voices in the speaker, smooth and clean. So like riding on the beam. Checking out, don't hesitate. This is how we caffeinate. From the hills to the bay. W6EK Echo starts the day. Check in. AllStarLink been feeling strong. Echolink brings friends along. Mobile bass or handheld tight. Everyone's sounding right. Morning traffic rolling through. Signal reports 5x2. Laughing in between the keys. Coffee cup and beat my R's. Mic drop, carry a tone. You're never really alone. One more round, take your place. Good vibes on the interface. Coffee on the console, radio's awake. Morning on the machine, give and take. Voices and the speaker, smooth and clean. Sunlight riding on the beam. Check it out. Don't hesitate. This is how we caffeinate. Morning voices, RF stream. Coffee break, live on the machine. Good morning, operators. Stand by. Coffee's hot. Frequency's alive. Good morning, operators. Stand by. Good morning. Voices. Stand by. Stand by. Good morning, operators. Stand by. Stand by. Good morning, operators. Stand by. Stand by.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Coffee Break Net. This is Orion, AI6JB here in Northwest Roseville. The Coffee Break Net meets every single morning, 7:30 to 10 a.m. right here on the W6EK Repeater, located in Auburn, California. It's lovingly cared for by the good folks over at the Foothills Amateur Radio Club. Let's start with some in and outs. In and outs are for those folks who want to drop in, say hello, and be about the day. Looking for quick in and outs. We're going to start with Northern California stations first, and then we'll get to the internet. Northern California, or RF stations, if you can get us from LA, we'll take that. But RF stations first for a quick in and out, AI6JB.
N6EKV, good morning, Orion.
Good morning, Carl. Looks like you're the lone check-in for an RF quick in and out. Did I miss anybody by chance? Maybe I was sleeping. Maybe I haven't woke up yet. Good morning, Carl. N6CKV. Sure good seeing you last night at the general meeting on Zoom.
Hey, good morning, Orion, and everyone else out there, if there's anyone else out there at all. Yeah, it was good seeing everyone on Zoom last night. Dennis and I had an interesting conversation in the chat box, but that was okay. Been a while. I need to talk to him some more, but I'll get him on the K6SAL YSF link when I am in isolation. Other than that, not much going on. Don't have any big plans for the day. Back to you, Orion.
Yeah, I think the last time I looked, it was best to probably make indoor plans. You're usually an outdoor kind of guy. What would you end up doing on an indoor?
Well, I'm trying to teach myself Python, so I've got a 1,000-page book I'm going through. I'm about 100 pages into it right now, so I can do some more on that, learn about the file handling mechanisms that Python has. Other than that, not much else going on.
Well, that sounds like fun, learning a new program language. I keep hearing of Python. Isn't that for working on cell phones? Is that where yours is programmed? Or, actually, no, I think I remember judging a robotics contest one time, and they were talking about programming their robots in Python.
Python's a good general-purpose language, has all kinds of features. So I'm just going to learn and maybe figure out something to do with it. Other than that, we're just going to stay inside. It was ugly again last night. Not any lightning, though.
Yeah, I woke up to the sound of my gutters overflowing, so yeah, it came down pretty hard at one point. Carl, have a wonderful day. Enjoy learning Python, and we'll check in with you next week to see your progress. N6CKV, AI6JB 73.
Everyone, have a good Saturday. This is N6CKV, and thanks for running the net, Orion, even though we haven't got any customers yet.
Oh, it's, on a rainy, dreary day, I'm sure the customers are still in bed, because that would be kind of nice. I'd like that. N6CKV, AI6JB 73. All right, folks, let's take check-ins from anybody looking for quick in and outs on the Coffee Break Net.
KK5 Golf Whiskey November.
And good morning, Will. How are you doing this morning? All the way from Oklahoma. This looks like we're going to be getting the drips and drabs today. How are you? Is the weather wet for you guys?
Not yet, but we're slowly getting there. We've got a 30% chance of rain today and a 90% chance tomorrow, and then a 40% chance for Tuesday. So, it's coming in waves, I guess. KJ5 Golf Whiskey November.
Yeah, they're talking about rain for us for the next 2 days. Looks like Weather Underground. I hit refresh. Yes, I did. It's predicting an inch of rain for us today and a half an inch tomorrow. So it's actually going to be pretty wet here. I always say here in Northern California, there's always going to be a wet storm coming through about the second week of April. And looky here, it's right here.
Yeah, well, we need it because we don't need any more wildfires, Orion. KJ5 Golf Whiskey November.
Yeah, I always see rain this time of year as a menace, because that means all the mowing that we've done on the properties up in Paradise is going to be to waste, because that little extra rain this late in the season, boy, it just makes the grass pop.
Yeah, well, I'll let you get some other ones in there, and I'm going to sit back and listen, and y'all have a good one out that way. This is KJ5 Golf Whiskey November, clear and listening, 730.
Well, you have a great day as well. And thanks for dropping on the Coffee Break Net. It's always great to hear your voice on Saturday mornings. KJ5 GWN AI6JB73. Alrighty, looking for other check-ins? I'll take anything. If you want an in and out, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to assume you're a rag chew, and I'm going to hold you here until the next person says get off. Looking for check-ins on the Coffee Break Net.
KB6LUV. Quick in and out. Good morning.
Good morning, Brett. Down, out. Good morning, Daniel. N9MUF. I got you as a rag chew. Did I get that correct?
That's correct.
Awesome. Anybody else want to jump in on this round? I am sorry, that last station, we got nothing out of it. I do see someone triggered the KB7DFP repeater in Idaho, Twin Falls. Why don't you guys give it a try again? All right, that time I heard a voice, but unfortunately I could not hear it over the static. If you can get a little closer to the repeater, give us a call back. I'm going to go ahead and handle these other two, and I'll check back with you in a few minutes. All right, let's throw it back to Brett, KB6LUF. Good morning. What's up for today?
Good morning, KB6LUV. Yep, Brett here. Happy Saturday. It is a rainy day here in South Natomas, so it's going to be on the inside of the door kind of day. By the way, good morning to my mom, Bonnie, in Newton, Kansas. Hope you are avoiding the severe weather that is blowing through. Hope you're safe. Sounds like you're good, because I got a chat from you this morning, so I know you're okay. That does my heart good. So other than that, not a whole lot going on here. It sounds like Coffee Break Net land is slowly waking up out there. So, yeah. What do you got planned for the weekend?
Actually, the entire family is showing up today. My mother-in-law is celebrating her birthday, so we're all getting together this afternoon. This morning I've already prepped and placed 3 racks of baby rack ribs on the Traeger. Said good morning to the grandson, made myself a cup of coffee, so it's been productive so far.
Ooh, sounds like you're the Army this morning, getting more done before 9 o'clock than most people get done in their entire day. Hi. Well, happy birthday to the MIL. That's a wonderful milestone. Hope you all have an amazing day celebrating. So, all right. With that, I will say, this is a quick in and out. I'm trying to make some breakfast here for my wife and myself. I'm going to say good morning to my friend Daniel. Dan, back there in Chicagoland. I hope you have a good day, my man. And everybody else out there in Coffee Break Net land, have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be blessed. KB6LUV. Be of love. 73. Clear and listen.
All right, Brett, you have a wonderful day as well. KB6LUV, LUF, excuse me, and it's AI6JB73. All right, let's throw it back to Daniel. Good morning, Daniel, in 9MUF. Same as usual today, or are we trying something a little different?
We are doing something a little different, and Brett is LUV, not LUF. He's coming into Joliet on the train, but he's going to be meeting up with his daughter and granddaughter for a little bit. Then I'll go pick him up afterwards. So I've got a bit of a slower morning today.
Well, that's kind of nice. That means you get an extra cup of coffee before everything hits the you-know-what.
Well, that's exactly it. Get to breathe a little bit, get to actually sip the coffee instead of needing to gulp it down, and spend some time on the radio, the SKCC, I can't remember the name of the event, but they've got an event going on, so doing a little bit of CW and just enjoying the slowness.
So, I don't think we've ever talked that you did say CW. How proficient do you feel you are?
I'm up to 15 words a minute. I was listening to the ARRL's practice runs and copying at 15 words a minute without a problem. And about that, I think on the straight key as well, and then on the paddle, I'm comfortable at about 18.
Very cool, very cool. Congratulations. I never got there. I never got that proficient. When I took a class, I felt comfortable at about 12 words per minute, so congratulations. I believe what you're referring to is the SKCC. I think they've got the Single C Contest Club or something like that. They host events regularly, I think.
They do. I think it's their weekend sprintathon that they've got going on. And I've been a member for some time, but it was just this year that I decided, actually last December that I said, no, I'm going to get back into CW and remain consistent with it. And a lot of the reason the speed is up where it is I've made a point of making a CW contact every day since the first of the year. And the last few POTAs that my son and I have done, we've either worked some CW or, in a couple of the cases, all CW POTAs.
Well, very cool. Good job. I envy you, or I should say I admire you for doing that. I'm trying to find the ranking list. Don't they have a ranking on there? I thought if you can sign up for a number. I think I even have a number, but don't they rank you based on how you perform on the contest?
They do, but I never worry about that. I mean, I got the number as a reminder to get back into CW. I had tried to learn CW when I was a teenager, needing to get my novice license, and of course at that time I needed CW, and I couldn't get it down because I was handed the sheet of paper and told to memorize the dots and dashes, and at that point, of course, you're doing double translation.
Yeah, that's what our teacher always taught us, was listen for the sounds and and he had them grouped a unique way. I've never seen anybody group them the way but he would give us, we would meet once a week on a Wednesday night, and he gave us like 5 or 6 letters or numbers at once, and they all seemed to be kind of similar, like, they'd be like, I'm trying to think of them one, like, ones where they have reciprocal of each other, and so I thought that was kind of a cool way of teaching it.
No, and that's how Gordon West teaches it on his tapes as well. What allowed me to finally learn it was I found the Gordon West tapes, and I was commuting back and forth to grad school. And since I had some time, I just popped the tape in the tape player and listened to the tapes, and that's what let me pass the 5 words a minute. But like any language, if you don't stay current in it, you can forget it. It takes time to get currency back up. So I've gained and lost currency multiple times over the last few years, and I just told myself I'm going to get current and I'm going to keep current.
That is, I couldn't agree more. And that's probably my biggest problem is I didn't stay current. Otherwise, I could have probably kept that 12 words a minute. Not that I would be able to do anything with it, but definitely I admire folks who hang with it. So there you are, N9 MUF Daniel Juliet. Looks like, let's see, what is that second or that last column there? That is, you have 291, whatever it is. I think it's recorded you as 291. Come on, go faster. There we go. Come on, get to the top of the list. Oh, DXCC 291. I don't know what that means.
I've never, I got my certificate from them. I keep an eye on the events, but I've never really, chased the awards.
Seems like anybody has a 291. The member date is January 10th, 2006. Maybe that's the day you joined.
That sounds like it's about right. I'll look at it and figure out what it is. My number is 17656, and I know that's a pretty low number compared to some of the numbers I've heard in the events.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. There's somebody here who's got a 17670T. I wonder what the T means. There's a few of them have letters after them. I wonder what those mean.
Now you've got me interested in looking at the website and seeing what it is and seeing what I can do with it. And the gentleman who was talking about learning Python reminded me of a Python project that I should do to automatically, there's a switch that I need to turn on and off when there's an issue, and I think an Alexa API script will be the best way to go about it. So when he mentioned Python, I started to dive into the Alexa API, and I've got some ideas about how to take care of an issue.
Oh, so you wrote a Python program that you put into Alexa, and it controls something for you. So Alexa's with the iPhone, right? So you could probably have it turn on a house light or something when you a certain time or something like that by writing that Python script and putting it in the API.
Yeah, Alexa's for either iPhone or Android or however you want to set up your smart home. I've got it set up. Where I first started to get into it was needing that on-off switch to make the FCC happy when I was doing remote control. I've already got Python scripts to turn the router on and off with an X10 remote control. And it seemed to me that rather than to try and obtain a second X10 control, that playing around with the Python API for Alexa, or rather the Alexa API for Python would be the better way to phrase it. might be the more efficient way to handle it.
Well, I asked, his name was Carl, I asked him what he would do with it. Here's a great example. I didn't realize you could do that kind of stuff. That's very cool. Write something for your cell phone to get it to do something for you instead of having to depend on somebody else to have a program that will do it for you. So I'm assuming could you create, I don't know, a calculator program or something like that through that API, or is that not what it's used for?
No, that particular API is used for the Alexa smart home system. So you could use it to set up a skill, or in this case, like I said, I'll just use it to hit a couple of switches at the appropriate times. I've got an issue with a couple of Netgear switches, and so rather than going down and rebooting them myself manually, I'll just set it up to ping one of the servers behind the switch, and if they drop off, power cycle the switch.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. Like you could have, I'm not sure you'd want to do it with a computer, but let's say your server, you have a server at home and it hangs up. You could, like you said, you could power cycle it. That'd be cool. That is cool. That is neat. Lots of other, sprinklers, all kinds of stuff. You could start anything. You could turn an on and off switch on. Sounds like you can run that with the Python API. Can it check your GPS position and say, hey, I'm a mile from the home. Turn on the lights.
I've never played around with it to that extent, but it might be able to. If you could set it up to read off your phone. Now you've got me curious to see what's possible.
Oh, that's what the Coffee Break Net is all about. It's a place for you to start wasting all kinds of time going down rabbit holes and spending all kinds of money. All right, Daniel, I'm gonna let you go. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, and you have a wonderful day. N9MUF AI6JB73.
It was good getting a chance to finally have a good chat with you rather than quick in and outs we've had to do in the past. 7-3 to you, N9MUF.
Yeah, we have to chat more often. Oh, by the way, I looked you up on Spotify, so you got another listen on your album this last week when I was doing some takeoff. All right, folks, this is the Coffee Break Net AI6JB here in Northwest Roseville. Looking for check-ins, I'll take anything. If you want an in and out, just let me know. We don't take log-onlys until about 10 minutes before closing, but I'll take an in and out or write you. AI6JB. Whiskey Uniform 6 Hotel. Quick in and out.
Kilo Charlie 6, Sierra Lima Echo.
And KO6TH, good morning.
Good morning, Craig. And Ryan, got you in as an in and out. Anybody else want to jump in on this round?
Kilo Delta 2, Uniform Whiskey Delta. Kilo Delta 2, Uniform Whiskey Delta.
Alpha Oscar, Kilo Bravo 5, Victor Alpha Oscar.
November 6, Charlie India Echo. November 6, Charlie India Echo.
Kilo 5, Bravo, Lima.
Alrighty, thank you all for dropping in. We got K5 Bravo Delta Lima, N6CIE, KB5BAO, KD2 UWD, KO6TH, and, we already talked about Graydon, KC6SLE, and Ryan. Since I didn't hear any in and outs on the other folks, did anybody really want an in and out and forgot to mention it? Alrighty, thank you everybody for joining us. Good morning, Ryan, W6H. How are you this day? I didn't see you at the club meeting. We didn't pan enough to see you out there. Were you there?
Good morning, Orion. I was definitely there, but I got in a little late. I was towards the back of the room, and it was nice to see everybody there that I did see. Anyway, got a bunch of rambunctious dogs here, so I will keep this a quick in and out. I'll say a pleasant good morning, and stay on the dry side of the door. 7-3.
Yeah, if you're in Northern California, you definitely want to stay on the dry side of the door. Yes, Smitty was panning the room before the meeting, but once it started, he didn't get a chance to pan the room. So good, glad to see you got up there. Did you get anything at the touch and take it table?
I did not. If I touch any more stuff and take any more stuff, I just don't have any room to put it.
Yeah, if I did that, my wife might have a different opinion about me. But anyway, Ryan, you have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining us on the Coffee Break Net, W6H AI6JB73. Good morning, Graydon, KC6SLE. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Theta. Good morning, Orion. I would like to say it was good to see you last night. I know you were there on Zoom, but I didn't see anybody on Zoom. So it was a good club meeting. Had a lot of fun. Enjoyed talking to all the members that were there. Got around to most of them. Touch at table worked out really well. Jim and I were looking at what was left by the end of the evening, and we probably got rid of 80% of what we brought out there, and that was just half of what we're bringing out. We're going to do the same thing next month in the May meeting.
Hey, I appreciate you guys doing that. I mean, you didn't have to. I know the deal originally was anything left at the club table was going in the recycler or the garbage, but I know you guys spent some extra time and for the benefit of the club and be able to folks get that's a great service. I'm definitely going to make it out next month for sure for that meeting because I'm going to have to see the touch and take it table. We had all the family come in for my mother-in-law's 90th birthday, and I needed to be home to make some bread and make some stroganoff, and I wanted to greet my grandson when he came in.
That's excellent. Yeah, I called my grandson in Reno yesterday and wished him his 16th birthday. And it's just really sobering to have to wish somebody their 16th birthday because I still picture him as, 4 or 5 years old.
Oh, the worst part is picturing your son or daughter 4 or 5 years old and then wishing your grandson a 9-year-old birthday.
Yeah, my son will be 46 this year. Oh, jeez. Man, I tell you. Yeah, starting to date myself. I don't, looking out through my eyeballs, I don't feel any different than I did when I was a teenager. Maybe a little wiser, not as dumber.
Good morning. The time is...
I don't know. Sometimes I step just right or wrong, and it doesn't feel as good as it was when I was 20.
Yeah, I didn't say the body. I was talking about the mind. Yeah, the body is probably showing a little wear and tear. But you know what? I just push through it because it's not good to give into it. Every day I go out and do stuff, probably push it beyond where it needs to be. But That's the way it's going to be, so get used to it. Yeah, fun meeting, fun seeing everybody. I'm trying to think what we got coming up for the rest of this month. I guess the only thing I need to really focus on for the rest of this month is fox hunt. I'll mention that now, start promoting it. Last Saturday, we'll have the club breakfast, which is always a lot of fun, well attended. And then we'll have a fox hunt immediately following that. I need to, today's a good rainy day, I guess, so I need to go up and get on the computer and get those details out.
Well, the details are already here on the Coffee Break Net event list. We're showing Matt KO6IMP is going to be the fox tender. Hey, quick question while I have you on the radio. We have been asked to come back to the Roseville High School and do that thing we did last year in March. The date is either May 5th or May 10th. Are you available for any one of those?
Yeah, put me down for that. That was just an excellent event last year. I really enjoyed it. It was just most rewarding. Had a great interaction with the kids in that class that went around. We'll have to talk about what you want me to do. If you want me to repeat what I did last year, demonstrating a node, how it works. Last year we set that up, or I set that up so that Patrick was available in New York. And they were able just to pick up the handy-talkie and talk to Patrick. And Patrick did a great job. He always does a great job. But, there was one funny out of that. And Patrick found it really funny, so I don't mind repeating it. But, all the students knew that Patrick was a blind ham. And
I think we lost you there, Graydon. KC6SLE, I think we lost you there. Are you back? All right, one more time, Graydon, are you still there? I see that you dropped off at Supermon, so let's see if you're still there.
Yeah, I'm still here. At what point did you lose me? Because I talked for a while.
Yeah, something happened. You must have lost your connection or something. You said you mentioned to the kids that Patrick was a blind ham, and that was the last thing we heard.
Yeah, I just gave him a background in what we were doing. But no, one of the students, with no ill intent in mind and all that, just being young, less experienced, naive, but he just came right out and he asked Patrick on the radio, he said, what's it like to be blind? And Patrick didn't even hesitate. He came back and said, what's it like to be sighted? I love that response.
Exactly. How do you describe something when you have no reference to describe it? All right, well, I got you down on the list. I appreciate that, and I think we are, the responses I've gotten so far have been May 5th seems to be the day. We'll see what Greg has to say, because he was a tentative the last time we talked, but we'll definitely put that out, and I'll get some more information out to you, and I'll let Brett know what we're going to end up doing.
Let me know. For some reason, things are stacking up on the calendar for May already, but if I'm available, you can count on me, and I definitely would like to do it. One other thing about that event last year, my mom was a school teacher, and I knew this from growing up with her, but being a teacher, being a good teacher, is a lot of work. And I don't know about you, but after we went out there and spent the most good part of the day doing what we did with the high school students, I came home and I said, whoa, that was a lot of work. A different kind of work than I do every day, typically, but it was, I wouldn't say exhausting, but it definitely is work being a teacher.
No, my wife's a teacher as well, and you can, over the years, watch her, other teachers. You can really see, the teachers that are really good put a lot of effort into it, and it makes a difference. Great, thanks for helping out, and I'll give you some more information probably later on this weekend. KC6SLE AI6JB 73.
73 Orion, KC6SLE.
Good morning, Greg, KO60H. How did the meeting go yesterday as far as recordings are concerned?
Good morning, Orion. Good morning, everyone. Greg, KO60H. I was thinking about it last night. When they do atomic physics, the way they figure out what's what and how things work and stuff is they take the sample, the situation, they smash it to bits, and then look at what they ended up with, and from that they can tell all kinds of things. Well, we had a bit of a smash it to bits last night with some of the stuff. There was a very brief interaction there. I said, hey, I need to get re-enabled for recording. That was because I was all logged in, ready to go, and my laptop decided to reboot itself. And looking at some of the entrails this morning, one of the cameras that I have OBS decided, I don't need to record that. Fortunately, it wasn't the camera that I needed, so it was one of the side backup cameras. Although I would have liked to have had the recording of it, it's somewhere in the rubble on my hard drive. I guess there's something there. And then we thought we'd figured out a way of doing a better job with the audio room versus the mics and stuff. We made a good bit of progress with the microphones. There's a headset that we used. That was great. But we still got rubble on the floor from trying to figure out how to get the room mics tied in, and that I don't think that worked very well. It worked for part of it, but the transitions we kept losing things, and then the transition back. It's not something a human can do, no matter how well intentioned and skilled. It is not something that's going to work. So I got a little matrix of devices and situations and stuff that I want to fill out and get my brain onto a piece of paper or something and see what we can do. But we're making progress. We'll clean up the rubble and we'll make a better go of it next time. KO60H, back to you.
Well, this time I wasn't actually in the room on Zoom, so sitting as a remote user room, the audio was pretty darn good. The only places where it seemed like we had some issues is when you tried to go to audiences, and somehow the audience mic and the speaker's mic kind of echoed. That was the only time, but it was readable, so we could hear the question and we could hear the answer. It just had a little bit of an echo on it.
Yeah, the echo and the doubling up of things in the room actually was worse. You've got a very muddled kind of a situation. There were times that I could not make out what was being said at all. So I can't imagine it was any better over the internet. But we may have to go back to hold your question till we run the mic over to you. Have somebody on roller skates to run the mic around the room, or at the very end, I had an idea, and we tried it. Testing that we're testing each other's patience in terms of what we can do with this thing. We tried one experiment at the end. We're just using the hand mic, not piping it to the internet, but then letting the room mics pick it up. And I went outside with my cell phone. It sounded okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay, and maybe okay, and no muddle. No dancing with the fingers on the controls is better than really clean audio with kerfuffles in between. I'm not sure how to balance those. So I don't know. The jury's still out on this, I think. But Anyway, I am downloading the videos, and right now that was just finished. Okay, so we'll see what we got. Other than I'm missing the camera. KO6TH, back to you.
Well, thank you for editing all those videos and keeping our video library alive. I was perusing it last week or the week before. I was just kind of poking around in it, and the quality of our videos have gone up quite a bit over the years. So I saw some of the ones that were back in the old Rose Room at City Hall, and yeah, it's like going through a time machine. Greg, thanks for all your efforts. We definitely do appreciate it. Are you in on the Roseville High School for May 5th?
11th, I thought you were suggesting for the other date. I'm up in Grass Valley on the 5th and Marysville on the 11th. And it takes a bit of time to get, all the stuff organized in the car and everything. And I mean, I could, I suppose, do the 5th or even the 11th, but if you need me, if you absolutely have to have me, I can do it. If you can find another person to substitute, that'd be easier on me. I got a lot of stuff happening there. KO6TH, back to you.
Yeah, now I don't know which date it was, because the 10th is a Sunday, so it's definitely not that date. The 11th is a Monday. I don't remember him, because Tuesdays he said was his long days. But anyway, I will put you as a backup, and we'll get a spot filled for you. So, but thanks for checking in and let me know. Appreciate it. I know we had a great time last year. I think you had a good time as well. Gonna miss you this time around.
Yeah, it was fun, and enjoyed working with the kids, and definitely, the 12th will be okay. The Tuesday the 12th is okay. That one, the only thing I've got is I got to water the plants that day, so it's every Tuesday. So yeah, that would work out for me, but yeah, the 11th and the 5th are pretty busy. KO6TH, back to you.
You got me nervous now. I'm checking my email here, but I'll do that on another time. Thanks, Greg. You have a wonderful time. KO6TH, AI6JB. All right, let's take it over to Jake, KD2UWD. Good morning, Jake. How are you? KD2UWD. How about Kilo Bravo 5, Victor Alpha Oscar? Are you still with us? KB5VAO AI6JB, was that you, David?
For a second. Good morning to the... AI6JB from KB5VAO.
Good morning, David. How are you doing today? Welcome to the Coffee Break Net. Is this your first time?
It's not. I check in every so often up here. Do have a birthday today, and I'm getting ready to do some festivities for that.
It's a great day to have a birthday. Happy birthday to you. My mother-in-law is also having a birthday today. We got the whole family up here for her 90th. What are you willing to share your special day number?
49.
Oh, dang, you're just a pup.
Getting there.
So I Googled you, or I should say I QRZ'd you. Shows that you're in Lubbock, Texas. Is that where you are right now, or coming in on All-Star?
I'm coming in through DV switch on my Android. I do have a node, but I just don't have it set up. I'm waiting here. But anyway, that's what's going on here. Not much else going on. Nice out though.
Yeah, we are under cloudy skies and expecting more rain. So you're sounding good coming on DV Switch. My cell phone's actually a company phone, and they use iPhones. So I'm envious that you can use DV Switch. DV Switch sounds really, really good. You sound really good coming in over the internet.
No, thank you. Sorry about that. The screen reader ran over top of me. You can use your repeater phone, but yeah, you have to pay for that. DV switch didn't cost me anything. Anyway, I'll save myself and not hold it up all day. KV5.
All right, David, you have a wonderful day. KB5VAO AI6JB73.
73. KB5VAO.
Good early afternoon. This is Kilo 4, Quebec, Papa Bravo, Ray in Berea, Kentucky. Good early afternoon.
All right, the Kentucky station, why don't you stand by? I'm still working through the list here. I'm going to be going to DK N6CIE. Good morning. How are you doing today? November 6, Charlie, India, Echo, AI6JB. Good morning. Oh, that's too bad. No contact. I was looking forward to chatting with him. We're building a project up there in Shasta Lake in California. All right, let's go to K5BDL. Good morning, sir. How are you today?
Good morning, all. This is K5BDL, Brad in Tyler, Texas. Very nice morning today. Only supposed to get up to about 88 degrees or so. Kind of a little bit cloudy skies. Might be having some severe weather tomorrow in the morning. And also check the board by proxy my better half, Peggy, Kilo 5 Papa Foxtrot Lima, and she's listening in on that as well. Back to you, K5BDL.
Very cool from Tyler, Texas. Awesome. Yeah, I just popped up your QRZ page. Looks like you're a pretty active dude there. Hi, Peggy. How are you doing today? Are you able to speak? I'll throw it back to you, Tyler. Looks like you're pretty active in POTA. How often do you get a chance to do that? It looks like in March you were pretty active.
My hubby found this on YouTube this morning, and very interesting. Enjoying the net and enjoying listening to everybody. And y'all have a great day. K5PFL.
Well, Peggy, thanks for joining us. You're the first person who said they found us on YouTube. Interesting. How did you find us? Did you Google it? I mean, did you hit it in the search bar, or did it come up from the AI saying, hey, you might be interested in this?
And this is Brad, K5BDL, returning here. Actually, I've checked into this net several weeks ago, and I think I just pulled up YouTube, and you guys were live. And so I checked in at that time, and I thought about it again this morning when we get kind of waking up and buzzing around here a little bit, and saw, that is up. So, dial into All-Star, and here we are.
Very cool. Well, I'm glad you could join us, and I'm glad you returned as well, Brad. Could I get Peggy's call sign one more time? I thought I copied K5P Papa Sierra Lima. Is that correct?
Well, you got pretty close. It's Kilo 5 Papa Foxtrot Lima, K5PFL. Over.
The Foxtrot always gets me. Very cool. All right. Well, Brad, great chatting with you, Peggy. Also great chatting with you as well. Love to sometime get with you on FT8 or something like that. It'll be fun. You guys have a wonderful weekend. We'll catch you maybe next week on the Coffee Break Night.
All right, 73, and we might even do a little bit of POTA a little bit later today. We're going to go out to a friend's house to go fishing here after a while, and maybe later might do a little POTA or tomorrow, depending on how things go. May catch you on some FT8 there. Have a great day out there, K5BDL and K5PFL.
All right, you guys have a wonderful time. K5BDL and K5PFL AI6JB73. All right, folks, that's the list as I have it. Let's draw the line here and go for another round of check-ins. If you'd like an in-and-out means you just want to drop in and say hi. Let me know. I'll float you top of the list. Otherwise, I'll consider you a right to, and it'll be a while before we'll get to you. Looking for check-ins on the Coffee Break Net.
KM6 RFB.
KO6 ISJ in and out.
A6 DCL.
Kilo Oscar Mike.
KK6MU.
Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Mike Romeo.
My apologies for interrupting a while ago. I didn't realize it was in there. But back to you.
Kilo Oscar, Kilo Mike Romeo, just a quick check-in to see if my radio is working. Over.
All right, let me see if I can unpack all that. KO6 KMR, Robert, your radio is working loud and clear. I will come back to you as an in and out here in a quick second. I copied a KK6MU, got you. There was a Kilo Oscar. Well, let me get the rest of the list here. We got K6DSL. Good morning, Dave. KO6 IHJ. Larry. Good morning. KM6 RFB. Good morning. There was another Kilo Oscar 6 station in there. Could I get the rest of that call sign, please?
KO6 NED.
Was that NED?
73KK6MU.
0, 1.
Yeah, Mike, remember, don't suggest it too many times. That has an opposite effect. And maybe you guys can come up to Donuts and Coffee in the Park, May 9th at 9 a.m. up at Recreation Park in Auburn. We will be serving donuts and coffee at the Picnic Pavilion. So maybe mark your calendar, and I know we'll have quite a few people there. And I think the weather will be fantastic. KK6MU, good morning to you, and have a great day ahead. Good morning, Robert, KO6KMR. We had a little discussion last night about why you were able to get into the repeater yesterday, but you weren't able to hear everything back. Sounds like you got that resolved, so well done.
Break? I hope so. I do so much appreciate the information that you gave me. That helped me a lot. Yeah, I got into it last night once I got back and got the receiving part. It seemed like it was okay. Then this morning I tried to get on and log in my transmit side. I had done something to the transmit side, but I worked through that, and I think I got that corrected also now. So, I do apologize for over abusing the fact that I was calling for a radio check a little bit more often than I probably should, but I didn't know which way to go there. One thing I would like to ask is, with LMR 400, is it difficult to put the connectors on that? I probably wouldn't do it myself, but I'd try to get maybe Elmer to help me with that. But is it difficult to put those connectors on over?
In one moment, I think we had a break. Go ahead, break.
Hey, Brian, it's KM6RFB. Just as an update for the gentleman with the big boy, schedule change from the UP due to forecasted weather over Donner Pass. Union Pacific Big Boy 4014 has rerouted its tour for 3 days. Starting Sunday, instead of going over Donner Pass, Big Boy will leave California on the same route, entering the state over the Feather River Canyon. So it will not be going through Colfax or Truckee. So if you want to see the locomotive, go to Roseville today.
Roger, roger. Thank you. All right. Thank you for that update, Scott. So, bummer for Colfax. I know they were planning a big event tomorrow around the big boy being in town. All right. Thank you for that. Yeah, so I think you're asking about the Anderson power pole connectors. Do you have a kit and do you have the tools, or is that the connector you were talking about, Robert?
I was just looking for, I don't have any of the tools. I could probably buy them, though. I know that it seems like there's specialty tools for the LMR 400. Is that correct, over?
Okay, so you're looking for tools to install your own connectors. Yeah, no, it's very easy to do. Definitely buy a cable stripper for the size of cable that you're going to be working on. And just remember the crimpers. You can buy crimpers on Amazon, and I highly recommend going that route rather than going especially as you are just going to occasionally be putting on connectors. But when you look at a crimper, look for a crimper that has multi-size dies. So I have a crimper set. I think I probably paid right around $29 for it, and it has it can facilitate everything from an RG8 or a LMR 400 down to I think a very tiny SMA type cable, like a I'm trying to remember the name of it. Anyway, down to the very smaller size. So, yeah, just a good investment is a good crimper that has multi-dies included with it, so you can, facilitate different type of coax connections. And then the fittings themselves, I would go with a good silver fitting. And, the ones that you can buy on Amazon would be just fine if you're going to be using them indoors, I would imagine. But,
a good investment is just buying some good quality crimping, and just be aware that you need to buy a connector that is appropriate for the cable that you want to work with. The other thing is invest in a good stripper. There are cheap ones that will nick your cabling and just make a big mess of it, and then there's other good strippers. So look at some designs of the cable strippers, and they make the cuts in the right place. So if you buy the correct stripper, it will put your penetration down to the core in the right place and not nick the core, and it will cut your braids at the right place and then cut the jacket in the right place. So there's an art to it. I would probably sit down with somebody and work with somebody with a little skill set before you try it yourself. But if you want to, I've thrown away many connectors myself. So hopefully that helps you. But yeah, Elmer's, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, comment? The information. I've already started doing some research on all those cutters, and it did seem like the cutter was pretty specific for the LM400, and I see that there's a reason for that, and the crimpers appreciate that information. Also, real quick, I wanted to mention to Karen, who was on just previously, that I just got my extra license, and I can't say enough about that class that y'all guys put on from time to time. That just made it really easy to pass that test, and it keeps your feet to the fire and keeps the interest up, and the accountability factor is important. So I can't say enough about that class. Over.
Oh, very good. Yeah, so touch bases with Orion. I just saw a note here that Orion, of course, has the tools, and it might be good to do your first couple connections maybe with an Elmer like Orion, and you'll even know what to buy yourself. A couple of things. The tool, I think, is the stripper tool is probably one of the most important tools, because you can really make it easy, or you can make it difficult. The other thing that a lot of people forget to do, get yourself some adhesive shrink tubing, some very aggressive shrink ratio, and a good inch or two of that on your crimp will seal everything up and do quite well. So with that, Robert, it was great to see you at the club meeting, and I hope that you enjoyed the meeting last evening. So I'll throw it back to you for final, and then we'll throw it back over to Orion to pick up the net again.
That sounds good. Appreciate the information once again. And on that happy, positive note, I'm just going to say Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Mike Romeo. I'll be monitoring and turn it back over to the net. Over.
All right, Robert. Yes, indeed. It's exciting to watch you as a new ham, and then also a recently upgraded extra ham, build out your station. And I know you have some great people around you to help guide you through that process, so you're not like me and you buy a lot of stuff as you learn what you want and what you don't want, and what you should have bought and shouldn't have bought. Have a great day. Hey, Orion, I think that trigger is attended to. I'll throw it over to you. And, before I do that, I'm just going to check to see. We have some trail runners out on the Western States Trail this morning, and they are listening into the net, and they're going to be maybe checking in a few times as they run. They're doing signal checks as they get ready for the Canyons Endurance Run. So anybody listening who's in the greater Sacramento region, they are looking for a few more volunteers for aid station, so you don't need a high skill set to join in and to shadow somebody and to find out what is necessary to work an aid station. I know Orion, myself, many of us in the club are involved with these events. So if you, this is going to be the end of the month. The Canyons race will be on the 24th, 25th, and 26th of April. And if you want to get involved with volunteer radio communications, events like these really sharpen your skill set. Put your your Go kits on the air, and it just sharpens your skills, and it is a wonderful, wonderful experience. I can't say enough about what I have learned about amateur radio and working these events. So anyway, I'm just going to put a call out there and see if the runners are out there and if they want to try checking in at this time. AI6US Coffee Break Net. All right, nothing heard. With that, I'll throw it over to you, Orion, and I'll be monitoring out. AI6US, we'll see you at Donuts and Coffee in the Park, I bet.
That's probably the next time we'll check each other. All right, Brian, thanks for jumping in there. By the way, the baby back ribs are cooking up really nice for this afternoon. All right, folks, so that was the list as we have it, and let's go ahead for another round of check-ins on the Coffee Break Net.
W2VX, quick in and out.
November 2, Delta Yankee India.
Kilo Bravo 1, Papa Whiskey, Sierra, KB1 PZS, Bob in Connecticut.
Kilo November 6, November Uniform, Foxtrot.
Kilo Oscar 6, Charlie Kilo Whiskey, mobile, in and out.
Kilo November 6, Hotel Foxtrot, in and out.
Kilo Oscar 6, Alpha Delta Alpha, in and out.
M. Weather conditions. Rain. Temperature 54 degrees.
Alrighty, good morning, everyone. Thanks for checking in on the Coffee Break Net. I'm going to let you know who I heard and what I heard. KO6ADA in and out. KN6HF in and out. KO6KCW in and out. That's Ramon, but somehow that call sign seems wrong. KN6NUF, Joshua, got you. Patrick, N2DYI, I've got you. And Doug, W2VX, I got you as an in and out. There was a Bob from Connecticut. You doubled with somebody. Bob from Connecticut, could I get your full call sign, please?
Kilo Bravo 1, Papa Zulu Sierra, KB1 PZS.
Thank you, Bob. KB1PZS. There was another station in there that I missed. Go ahead.
KF7LPU, Joe in Citrus Heights.
So that was a little quick for me. I got a KF7 something, Citrus Heights.
Yeah, sorry about that. KF7LPU, Joe in Citrus Heights, and it'll be for an in and out.
All right, KF7LP got you as an in and out. Anybody else want to get in on this round?
Kilo November 6, Hotel Foxtrot.
Kilo Oscar 6, Mike Juliet Lima, Jamie Casterville, in and out.
Orion, I just want to say hey and happy Saturday. N6 EMS, very abbreviated in and out, and amazing to hear Maxon on the air. All right, catch you later, N6 EMS.
All right, Bob, I got you on the log here as an in and out, and I'll consider that as your in and out. KO6MJL, got you here. KN6HF, I have you on the log as well. Let's go ahead and rack up. Oh, by the way, Bob, KB1PZA, are you in and out as well?
Oh, yes, roger that. I'm in and out.
All right, stand by. You're second on line. Good morning, Doug, W2VX. How are you this fine morning? Good to see you on Zoom last night.
Good morning, Orion, and everybody else who's trying to stay dry this morning. I'm looking outside my kitchen window, and I've got about 20 hummingbirds that are telling me that they're almost out of hummingbird whiskey. So I better get on that. Teresa asked me to go to the farmer's market and buy pastries, but I think I'm going to cheat. I'm going to go someplace where the pastries are for sale inside, and I don't have to walk in the rain.
Well, given with today's forecast, that is a great plan. Yeah, you call it whiskey, huh? I think I haven't even put out my hummingbird feeder yet this year.
I've got maybe 20 plus hummingbirds sitting at the bar, sipping their whiskey, and they get a little bit wacky. They get a little aggressive, and they dance around, and I got a real good show going on. A couple of times last year, I hung out the time-lapse camera, and wow, I just got to tell you, this is migration season for the little buggers.
So you're telling me I need to get mine out again. Yeah, for some reason, this year's the first year where fall came last year, and they just completely disappeared. None whatsoever. It's weird. In the past, I'd always have a few through the winter, but this time, none.
Well, it's a little bit like the Coffee Break Net. I think that they all have been talking, hey, go over to W2VX's house. He's got the good stuff. Anyway, I'll let you march down the list. Thanks for running the net, and I think I'll stay out of the vault until you're done with the net. 7 threes.
I'd appreciate that. Yeah, no, it's a busy morning. It started out really, really, really slow. I was thinking, oh gosh, I'm going to have to close the net up early, but nope, you guys came in. All right, have a good one, Doug. Thanks, and enjoyed seeing you guys on the Zoom last night. W2VX AI6JB. Good morning, KB1PZS. Bob in Connecticut. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to the net. We have clear skies. Let's see, I think it's around 55 degrees here. Let me check that, so I'm not calling myself a liar here. Yep, right around 56 degrees here in Connecticut. And, looks like a really good day. I'm talking to you on a new radio here, and I heard it's supposed to be good on All-Star and sounds good on the receive side here. Not sure how it sounded on your end, but it's a Quansheng, UVK1. So I just got it, had it for a couple days, and testing it out here on the All-Star node. So back to net control, KB1PZS.
Oh, how do you even spell that? Quansheng.
I think it's Quansheng, Quansheng.
All right, well, I'm going to throw that one in the Google and see what pops up for that one. And I missed the model number. What's the model number on the radio you said you're playing with? You're actually sounding pretty good on the radio.
Yeah, it's UVK1, so UV-K1. A lot of people in the UK are using them, and I figured for the price, it'd be worth a try. So, And here it is. Back to you, KB1PZS.
Hey Bob, thanks for the tip. I'll check that out. It's always nice to see what a new radio looks like. And they're coming up. It seems like every day there's a new one out there. But your sound actually pretty good. You know, I'm sure Patrick N2DYI will give us his critical ear on the sound of it. But definitely sounds good to me. KB1PZS AI6JB73.
73, and thanks for taking my call.
And good morning to KF7LP. That call sign is not familiar to me. What's your name there, and how are you doing today?
Doing good. So actually it's KF7LPU. Joe here in Citrus Heights. Just doing my morning activities, actually getting ready to go to our church and set up a few things for the day, trying to keep dry in the rain, and just looking forward to some just quiet rest this weekend after a busy week.
Yeah, my week was pretty darn busy as well. What kept you so busy this week?
I work at UC Davis Health in the IT division, so my normal activities was just work. Plus, I was working on getting an interview in for a director role, so I was pretty wrapped up in doing that activity and then keeping pace with the rest of my project work that I needed to keep up on.
Well, good luck on that new role, and maybe next week you'll let us know how you did. Thanks for joining us, Joe. You have a wonderful week. KF7LPU, AI6JB73.
33, thank you for doing the net.
Good morning, Ramon, KO6CKW. I knew that I wrote it down wrong, but good morning to you. Good to see you. I saw you in the stands at the meeting last night.
Good morning, Orion. Good morning to the net. Yes, I was really glad that I, made time to go to the meeting. It was a great meeting. Kudos to you, the committee chairs, the bod, and the officers of the club. Looks like they spent a lot of time for the meeting last night. We all appreciate you guys. Anyways, just finished my dump. Today is dump day in Rockland, so there's a free, if you're a resident of Rockland, of the city, you can dump your e-waste, your regular trash, anything except for tires and monitors at the parking lot, the overflow parking lot across Sierra College. Back to you.
Very cool. Looks like I'm standing here looking out the window, and it is pouring. So it looks like you just missed the downpour.
I would say, yeah, I got lucky. I had a few drops on me, but I'm not complaining. I was able to take care of my honey-do list, so it's all good. Back to you.
Hey, I got a quick question for you. What are you doing on May 5th?
Uh-oh, I can see the hook roaming around my head. Okay, what's up? What's going on May 5th?
Last year we were invited to Roseville High School. One of the teachers there, he has what he calls an outdoor something class where he takes the kids hiking and backpacking and all kinds of different activities, outdoor type activities. And one of the classes last year we did a little bit of round robin with ham radio, kind of introduced them to ham radio. And I was curious if you might be available. Typically it runs from about 10 to noon. On Tuesday the 5th is kind of the day we're looking at. Are you available for that kind of time frame?
Ryan, I have a soft heart for the scouts and the youth, so I will make time for that. I will confirm with you by the end of the day today. How's that? Is that fair enough?
Sounds perfect. Sounds perfect. Give you a foreman where you can't say no. All right, Ramon, always a pleasure, and thanks for helping us out here. You have a good day, and we'll catch you next time on the Coffee Break Net. K06CKW AI6JB73.
Thanks for running the net again, Orion. Appreciate it. We all appreciate that. And K06CKW, clear.
Good evening, Dave. KN6HF. Welcome to the Coffee Break Net. Heard some bad news. Big boy's not stopping in Colfax on this round.
Well, good morning. Yep. There, sorry, getting directions. Good morning. Yes, I'm not going to be able to see it this year, but I did see it last year. What an amazing train, a locomotive.
Yeah, we have a couple members in our club that are train fanatics, and they followed Big Boy through California. They actually, I think it was last year, maybe the year before. I can't remember. One of the years where they came down the Feather River Canyon, they drove all the way up there, and then they drove down here to Roseville, and they followed it all the way through. So yeah, it's. I haven't seen it myself, but I hear I watched the videos, and it's actually pretty amazing.
It absolutely is amazing. I'm not a train aficionado myself. I do appreciate railways and their purpose, etc. But seeing how last year it passed about 100 yards from my home, I had to get out there and see it, and it was truly amazing. I'm going to have to get out of here. I've got navigating and stuff coming up, and Siri's talking to me, telling me where to go, etc.
All right, Dave, no problem. That is not you don't have to make an excuse for that. Drive safely. We'll catch you next time on the Coffee Break Net. KN6HF, AI6JB73.
Thank you. 73, KN6HF. You all have a great day.
And you do the same. Good morning, Sean, K06ADA. Kind of like that call sign. K06ADA. How are you doing this morning? K06ADA, AI6JB. All right, how about Jamie, K06MJL, K06MJL, AI6JB.
Good morning, everybody in the net. Oh, Big Boy, I would like to see him go up down at Pass in the Snow. Oh, I'm over here in N6IJ waiting for our meeting, our club meeting with the flat tire. So it's going to be a quick in and out. 73 is all K06MJL.
Well, you have a great time at the club meeting, and thanks for joining us on the Coffee Break Net, Jamie. K06MJL, AI6JB73. Alrighty, that's the in and outs. Let's go ahead and hit Patrick. Good morning, Patrick. N2DYI. How are you doing today?
Oh no, you're going to hit me. Oh no, I have been hit. Good morning, Orion. Good morning, everyone on the Coffee Break Net. Pretty good day here. We are hanging out right now in the upper 70s. We get up to about 81. No rain in the next 10 days, it looks like, and we need it. Can you send us some of that? Well, you need it too. Okay, let's have a rain war.
What we really need is some snow. It does feel a little warm here. I have to go double check and see what the temperature is. Looks like it's going to be a high of 62, so it's probably going to end up raining in the hills, which is even worse because that'll melt any snow that's up there.
Yep, well, I guess you'll get some snow in the higher elevations, at least that's what I read. But, yeah, we definitely need it. Anyway, it's kind of interesting. My mom just left about an hour ago. I was supposed to go with her, but didn't, to go see her brother. She has a brother who lives in a group home, has done since he was 5 or 6 years old. He's blind, he's autistic, and he's nonverbal. And they definitely handled autistics a lot differently back in the 60s than they do now, to say the least. So, yeah, he grew up in a group home, and we see him every now and then, and that's kind of how that works. Group home's about an hour and a half away from where we are. And my mom is terrible at navigation, so hopefully she won't end up from, like, Virginia or something.
Yeah, that's one nice thing about the California is we stretch pretty much the entire West Coast, and so you can't get lost, or at least you're not going to end up in another state. The East Coast, it's always funny how it's kind of like Europe. You know, you drive a couple hours and you pass through a couple countries.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine in Austria the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, I can go about 5 minutes and get to Switzerland, or I can drive about 25 minutes and get to Germany, or I can drive about 25 minutes in the other direction and get to Liechtenstein." And yeah, that just as an American who has not gotten out of the country all that often, that's just kind of baffling.
Well, it's so much better now that they have the EU because you don't have border control. But I remember taking a family trip back in the 70s, and you're always pulling your passport out and waiting in line to get through that country's border patrol. It was kind of interesting. So, alrighty, hey, all right, what are you doing on the 5th of May this year, around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock Western time, Pacific time?
Probably Net Control KO6 EWT on the Western States Trail. Quick radio check.
Guess if it's the thing I think it is.
Stand by, Patrick. We got a break. Go ahead, break. Western States Trail. Go ahead, guys.
Hey, good morning, Net. We're out here on the Western States Trail. Two of us running 18 miles, doing some radio checks in the rain today. We're out at a spot called Cow 1, a couple miles outside Foothills. Really appreciate the radio checks and the accommodation. We'll try again in a few miles, but you guys have a great morning. Thank you. Back over to you.
Hey, great. You sound strong, but you got a lot of wind noise or something going on there. It's probably because you're getting dumped on. I heard you are at Cal 1. Is that correct?
Hey, sir, that is correct. It's about 3.5 miles outside of Foothills.
Know exactly where it is, Cal 1. I always work the Cal 2 station for the Western States. You guys be safe out there, and feel free to drop back in any other time. AI6JB.
Break AI6US.
Go ahead, Brian.
Okay, Joe and John, thank you. Yes, mainly coming in through Georgetown, and yeah, it was a good enough signal that it would have been fine without the wind noise there. AI6US. All right, back to you there, Orion. AI6US, thank you.
We had to break in the middle of that. I apologize. I missed where I left off with you.
Not a problem. You were asking me about May 5th at about 10 something Pacific time.
That's right. That's the Roosevelt High School event. Last year you were with Graydon on AllStarLink. Would you be able to do that again this year? But at least from North Carolina?
I don't see why not. I'm not exactly sure what I'll be doing on May 5th. That's a Tuesday. don't usually have plans to do anything special on Tuesday, so yeah, probably I can do that again this year.
Excellent, excellent. I'll add you to the roster, and I'll get some more emails out to you. All right, well, when do you think you might be heading back north?
No time in the immediate future. I think at this point I'm just gonna, because there's so much going on at this point. I'm just gonna say, let's see what's going on in May. I'll start looking at things in a couple of weeks. As May is a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks from now, and then see what things look like then. But like I said before, I'm not in a particular rush to get back home. I think it was sort of expected that I would be here for a few months, and it's been a few months, and yeah, so we'll see what happens, I guess.
Didn't want to pry, but I just was curious. It seems like you're down there several months a year helping your parents out, and that's a great thing. Patrick, always a pleasure chatting with you. Looking forward to the next time. Oh, hey, one more quick question. I'm glad this is a rag chew. There was Bob, KB1PZS, came with, was talking to us with a new radio, a Quansheng model UVK1. Have you heard that model?
I'm not familiar with the K1. I have a K5, and I can tell you about that one. It's a pretty reasonable sounding radio for as cheap as it is, especially on Simplex. I've heard a few guys use it on portable operations on Simplex. A lot of high end that you don't hear on AllStarLink. And I wasn't really able to get a good reference for what he sounded like. I'm listening to it through probably the worst thing I could possibly be using right now for reference. I'm using a speaker mic on an HT through a pair of hearing aids. Yeah, that kind of messes up the thing a little bit. But no plosives, no popping P's. That's a good thing.
Comment.
All right, so we got a semi thumbs up from Patrick. Thanks, Patrick. You have a wonderful day. N2DYI AI6JB73.
All right, 73 Orion. You have a great day and a good rest of your weekend. AI6JB N2DYI.
Comment.
Joshua, KN6NUF. How are you doing today?
So sorry about that. Stepped away from the mic for a minute. We're having a beautiful day here, enjoying the rain. Just watching it come down pretty hard here for a few minutes, and now it's easing up again. But just enjoying the wonderful day and relaxing in the morning. Hope everyone's having a great day out there on the net. Thanks for running it, Orion. Appreciate you.
You're most welcome, Joshua. You're most welcome. Yeah, it's kind of tapered off here as well, just into a normal drizzle. And we'll catch you maybe next week on the Coffee Break Net. KN6NUF, AI6JB73.
Comment.
And go ahead, comment.
Hey, Orion, KB6LUV, Brett here. Heard you talking about being available on May the 5th between 10 and 12. I should be around my home station here, and I'll be happy to participate with you.
Alrighty, I got you on the list there, Brett. Just for those of you who don't know, we have just kind of a rundown. We reran, I want to say, 5 or 6 stations. One of them was strictly HTs. We did another one which was called the GOTA, Get on the Air. And we ran a station that ran a clear node, just kind of showing the students they had like 20 minutes at each station. And so you'd be perfect for the guy hanging out on the radio for the GOTA station. So thanks a lot. Appreciate that, Brett. I will also add you to the roster list for emails. We're still looking at the date. May 5th is kind of what date. I thought he told me the 10th, but that's a Sunday, so I'm going to have to figure out what that other date is. But it seems like most people are good with the 5th. Thanks again, Brett. Brett, you have a wonderful day. KB6LUV. All right, folks, let's go ahead for another round of... let's go for a round of quick in and outs, and then we'll do some announcements and then close it up for today. Looking for some quick in and outs on the Coffee Break Net.
KA6UAI.
6 Quebec Uniform KN6 WQU. Good morning. Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Ron. Anybody else want to jump in on this round? Good morning, Ron. KA6UAI. How are you doing today? Mark was very complimentary about your work as treasurer last night on at the meeting.
Well, you know where the compliments go, and they'll get passed along. So I understand the numbers, and I understand what's going on. I just don't put them in or organize it. And I know they had a long discussion about some of the categories and organization of where things go for the Hamfest, but that was them and Lori doing that, and I was off doing some projects while that was all going on. So that's kind of the way things go, and I thought maybe we would have a little break today and get out, and I have kind of reorganized the kit once more and trying to get everything in one backpack and still be able to pick it up. And I think I've done that by kind of making things modular. There's some things I take for certain types of operation, and they can be added while other things are removed. I got the wire antennas with the huge balons attached to them, all in their own little tool bag. So that's separate, and the mast and attachments for that. And I found some nice little sticks to hang the balons off the ground. Short electric fence posts that will fit inside of the bag for the mast. So slowly getting more and more set up, but I need to get out there and just take that one bag out there and see if I can actually set things up and find out what I forgot and what's not working.
Yeah, we had a great presentation from Jim, WA8MPA, last night about common mode. And so, he mostly focused on ferrites and toroids, and so it was kind of amazing. He's pretty good with nano VNA, showing you how the different losses build up depending on which mix you're using. So it was fascinating. It'll be a great video when Greg gets it all cleaned up and posted on YouTube.
Yes, I got pretty busy with some things last night and actually forgot about the meeting, but I am going to go watch that video because that's something I had looked forward to. I'm sorry that I missed it. I'd like to be there by Zoom, and Lori was out doing her usher work at the venue over in Thunder Valley. So I just got busy with things, and that was part of my reorganization. I have had a large heavy bag, and a lightweight bag, and I decided to abandon that large bag because it's one of those DJ bags with the removable vibrators. It just wasn't working very well. It's easy access and all of that, but unless that's the only thing I'm carrying, I have things that are in the other bag that I need to take out and back and forth. So that just wasn't working very well. So I got involved in that, and then it gets to be time for the dog meds, and later the device on the table here announces that it's time for their cookies, and they gather around it. So just things happen.
I know the feeling. Thursday nights lately have been challenged for me to get to the club net, so I better make it this time because I'm net control this next week. All right, Ron. Sorry we missed you last night on Zoom, but I'm sure we'll catch you the next one. KA6UAI, AI6JB73.
Yeah, well, everybody have a good weekend. It's probably a project weekend. Not much of a outdoor weekend, it looks like. It's still going to be hit or miss with showers and maybe some thunderstorms. So dogs love the thunderstorms, and I have to lock the door up in the back so Max doesn't go out there and try to chase it away. Gets him too wet. Anyway, have a great rest of the weekend, and 7-3 everyone, KA6UAI.
All right, Ron, you do the same. Good morning, Dan. KN6WQU. By the way, that fixed it.
Yeah, I thought it would after I came over and did that little thing. And anyway, KN6WQ here. It is nice and nasty here in North Highlands. I'm looking at my schedule. I'm like, man, I got some inside jobs I can do and trying to figure out how I'm going to play this thing around a little bit. But on other news, I've been trying really hard to get this mesh core thing to work. And, you know, I've been trying to get a hold of Steven, KO6EBQ. I don't know, him and the other guy knows how to do that. I forgot his name right now. It's too early in the morning yet. But anyway, so I got this little card and I transferred it from Mesh Tastic to Mesh Core. And then I got my repeater up working all the time now. And then I got some other devices in the shack that are working. And yesterday morning I actually seen some repeaters in my area. I'm like, woo, it's finally working. And now I just got to figure out how to use it. Anyway, so there it is there. I'll have to play with that later. I meant to attend the meeting last night, although I got sidetracked. We came home from bowling and just started to make dinner, and then before I know it, it was bedtime, and I was laying in bed, and I woke up around 1 o'clock going, crap, I missed the meeting. Crap. Well, that's okay. We'll figure it out one way or another. I was supposed to do some business with some people there, but it's all right. Let's see. That's pretty much all I got. Everything's all good here. I'm going to go try to stay dry. This is KN6WT.
Yeah, that's going to be a little tough for a mobile mechanic. Yeah. Well, you stay dry there, Dan, and thanks for joining us here on the Coffee Break Net. KN6WQU, AI6JB73. All right, real quick, we'll hit the main announcements. May 9th, I'm sorry, let's do April 1st, the month of April, not the day. Let's see, last Saturday of the month, which will be April 25th, we'll have their monthly breakfast at Mel's Diner on Highway 49. Starts at 7:30 a.m. They tend to get filled, so if you don't want to sit with the kids, you probably want to get there earlier than 7:30. Right after our monthly breakfast, we have our monthly fox hunt. And Matt, KO6IMP, will be our fox tender. That will start at 9 a.m. on April 25th. If you want more information, check out our website at W6EK.org. On April 24th through the 26th will be the Canyons Endurance Run. And the repeater will be in a special mode. It'll be in an Echolink monitor and an AllStarLink monitor mode only. So if you're on the internet, you won't be able to get into the local repeater. That also means that there will be no coffee break on Saturday, April 25th. Let me back up a little bit. The Canyons Run will be Friday, April 24th, starting at 10 a.m. and conclude April 26th, Sunday at 2 a.m. So there will be a coffee break net on the 26th, and we'll return the repeater system back to normal operation. So Canyons Endurance Run, the weekend of April 24th, there'll be a special schedule, and we'll keep announcing it here on the Coffee Break Net. April 21st is when we start our tech class. If you're interested in joining us, please go to our website, W6EK.org. Click on the Activities tab and slide down and select Courses and Training and go ahead and enroll. It will be 6 lessons on Zoom starting at 7 p.m. Pacific time, ending at 9. We will have 2 in-person labs. I call them labs. One of them is a GOTA, Get on the Air. So that will be May 9th. We'll have them get on the air and get radios in the hands of these new students. And then on May 23rd, we will have an antenna build. Also on May 9th, we will have Donuts and Coffee in the Park, sponsored by the Coffee Break Net operators and this here Foothills Amateur Radio Club. That starts at 9 a.m. May 9th, and it'll be at the Auburn Regional Park. Auburn Regional Park right there in downtown Auburn. And since we're starting to talk about May, why don't you go ahead and pencil in our next club meeting, May 8th, 7:30 p.m. It'll be at our new location, the Placer County Health and Human Services Conference Room in Auburn at the DeWitt Center. Quick and easy access off of Interstate 80, Bell Road exit. Beautiful facility, parking, all kinds of good stuff. And we also offer it on Zoom as well. So May 8th, 7:30 p.m. We'll have a few in-person VE sessions in the area of Auburn, California. The first one, we still have, well, we have today, April 11th, will be the Granite Bay VE group. That one's already done. It started at 9. They typically have theirs on the second Saturday of the month at the Raley's Event Center on Douglas and Auburn Folsom Boulevard. This coming week, or actually maybe next, it'll be 5 days from now, Thursday, April 16th, the Folsom VE group will host one in Folsom. That'll be a Thursday night at 6 p.m. in Folsom. And then on May 4th, the first Monday of the month, this year, Foothills Amateur Radio Club VE team will sponsor theirs at 7 p.m. at the Confluence Church campus in Auburn, California. If you want to attend any one of these, you need to RSVP by going to hamstudy.org. That's hamstudy.org. Click on the in-person button, slide down to the date of your choice, and click the button and just let them know you're coming. Alrighty, those are the announcements, quick and dirty. Let's go ahead for another round of quick in and outs on the Coffee Break Net.
WN4V, Whiskey November 4 Victor, South Florida. WN4V.
W6TJR, literally in and out.
Bravo 7 Delta Foxtrot Papa, get in Twin Falls.
KI6LOP.
Whiskey November 4 Victor, WN4V, South Florida.
N4RD.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and take stock of what we have so far. Good morning, Sam, K4LGI. Good morning to N4RD. Good morning, Russ, KI6LOP. Good morning, Ken, KB7DFP. Good morning, Ty. It's been a while, W6TJR. And good morning, WN4V from South Florida. Did I miss anybody in that list? Alrighty, let's go ahead and throw it over to John in South Florida, WN4V. Welcome to the Coffee Break Net. It's not a call sign I recognize. Have you been on the Coffee Break Net before?
Yes, I have infrequently. I did not get your call sign. This is WN4V in South Florida. I've checked in infrequently, but I'm making a habit of trying to get in almost every day if I can before the Alaska Morning Net. And right now, 26 degrees Celsius. A very pleasant day here in South Florida. No problems. And right now, I'm very impressed with your website. You have many activities. It's something I wish we would see here more often. There is one club here in the city of Bradenton, but it's not very large, and they could use more activities, I think, to draw more people, but that's my opinion. Anyway, Had a good check-in yesterday with W6EK, a fellow retired Air Force person. This is WN4V in South Florida. Over.
Well, John, it's great to meet you, and thanks for joining us again. Yeah, we do have a rather busy club. Fortunately, we have a lot of folks that are willing to step up and take on and lead some of these activities. Otherwise, it just couldn't happen. We are a pretty active club, as you noticed on our website. And that website is all due to Smitty, WB1G. He's just a master at websites, and he keeps that thing fresh and clean. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm glad to hear you on the Coffee Break Net. And we'll catch you next time. And feel free to drop in any day. We're here 7 days a week. We do once in a while shut down for special events. As I mentioned, we'll have the canyons coming up here later on this month. But looking forward to speaking with you again. WN4V, AI6JB, that's Alpha India 6 Juliet Bravo, 73.
Yes, 73, and thanks for having me.
Oh, you're most welcome. Anytime. Good morning, Ty, W6TJR. It has been a while since we chatted. You must be keeping busy with family and work. W6TJR, AI6JB. Dun, 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 dun. All righty, good morning, Ken, KB7, DFP. How you doing up there in Twin Falls, Idaho?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I just got off work. I'm going to go home just for a second to grab a little bite to eat and get my hair cut and then do whatever I want.
Well, you're a stew kind of guy. What's on the stove today? I think last week it was a beef stew, if I recall correctly.
Got me. I'm going to do it again. I'm kind of consistent with the things I like, and I sometimes have them on the same days. That's just me.
Hey, when you got something good, stick with it. I'm kind of one of those guys who comes across a great recipe and then to kind of eat it until I'm bored of it or tired of it and then go find something else. So I can understand that.
And if I ran across something that I liked better, it might become my new favorite for a while or something.
Very good. Well, it sounds like you are done for the day. And heading out for I think you said Sundays and Mondays are your weekend, if I recall correctly?
I work a half a day, which is 5 hours, on Saturday, and then although I worked and I'm off Sunday, I kind of pretend like I've been off all day, which I haven't.
Well, that would be a bummer. Yeah, half day doesn't count as a day off, sorry. Not in my book anyway. Ken, you have a safe day and enjoy getting your hair cut. I guess that's the highlight of the day. We're getting dumped on rain down here. I hope your weather is nice up there. And you have a wonderful week. KB7, DFP, AI6JB, 73.
All right, thank you. 55 degrees here, no rain yet. KB7, DFP, clear.
Excellent, excellent. All righty, good morning, Russ, KI6LOP. How you doing today?
Doing pretty good. Just trying to find things to do inside. In fact, it looks like I got to fix the brakes on the golf cart, so it's just pulled it into the garage, nice and soaking wet, and going to get to work on that. Chase the train. I heard you talking a little bit. I've been in and out this morning. Heard you talking a little bit about train chasing, and I chased it through the canyon on Thursday. Saw Chip and company up there. Pam and Trevor and Devin were all up there doing the same thing. They were, those two boys were really excited. So it was a lot of fun. I just played hooky and went around and did that. So it was very cool.
So you followed it. It came over through the Feather River Canyon. It was supposed to go back over Donner, but I guess they rerouted it back through the Feather River. Is that the way it's running?
Yeah, exactly. It was. I'm sure there's some disappointed people on the route. I'm glad I caught it the other day in the Feather River Canyon. Maybe I'll go out to Sheridan or something, take my grandson out there, and he can watch it blow by on its way on Sunday. So it remains to be seen what the weather's doing and stuff. So anyway, it was. I'm glad I took the chance to see it. You know, actually, I was driving out to Utah on Monday, and I caught it coming this way in Carlin, Nevada, and caught the whistle stop there, and that was pretty cool. I got some great video and pictures. So it's been a fun week. Been able to mix work with play.
Hey, those are the best weeks possible. Absolutely. Well, it sounds like you had a great week and chasing the big boy around. Have a good one. Yeah, it's good. I was talking about. I didn't use their names, but yeah, Chip and his boys. They last year were chasing the train everywhere last year. So it's funny to see grown men get excited about a choo-choo train.
There was a lot of grown men, grown women, little kids. It's even in the canyon. It was just a procession of cars, hundreds of cars. Following that thing down the river there, and wherever there was pullouts or good vistas, they'd get out and shoot pictures. It was very cool. Anyway, I'll get out of here. I got a lot to do today, and you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And thanks for taking in that KI6LOP. I'll talk to you later. 73.
Hey, 73 Russ, you have a great day as well. KI6LOP, AI6JB. Good morning, Kathy. N4RD. Wow, that's a new call sign. I looked it up and said, I don't recognize that call sign, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, Kathy.
Yes, you're the first to see it properly. It took me a bit to get it changed over on AllStar, and now I've got, I think I've got Echolink working as well. Maybe you could tell me if I'm on Echolink or AllStar, because I honestly don't know.
You're actually coming in on Echolink, and I'm looking here at your QRZ page, and it looks like it was effective March 31st. So yeah, that's like just a few days ago, 10, 11 days ago. So, and you haven't used the call sign since then, or am I just the first coffee break guy to actually hear the call sign?
Actually, I used the call sign with Brian, but my old call sign was coming up. So you're the first to receive it with the correct call sign. And thank you for confirming it's AllStar. It's merged, I think. I really don't know. Anyway, it is a gloriously beautiful day here in Tennessee. I'm out on the porch. It's a slight breeze. The sun is shining bright. And the flowers are bloomed, and it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous day. Little bit of light, fluffy white clouds in the distance, nice blue sky. I can hear the birds singing. It's a beautiful day.
Well, your QRZ page has a picture of the river nearby. I can't see what river it is, but I can see exactly what you're looking at, probably. Is your house up on a view like this, or was this just on a hike or something that you snapped a picture?
That's the view from my mountaintop. I actually live on the other side of the mountain and have a different view of the river. But I don't see the river. It's just kind of just over the bluff. I'm across the street from the bluff. So, so my view is trees and clouds and sky, just lots of sky.
Well, very cool, very cool. So I now found it's the Tennessee River there. Very good. So yeah, I mean I've heard Tennessee is a beautiful place, and you can tell that by a lot of Californians heading that way. Well, Kathy, congratulations on your new call sign, N4RD. It's not gonna roll off my tongue just yet that easily, but I'll work on it. And you mentioned that you thought you were coming in on AllStar. You're actually coming in on Echolink, just to make sure you understand that Echolink is what you're coming in on, according to Superman. N4RD, AI6JB, great pleasure chatting with you. Hope to catch you the next time. 73.
Break, net control, K06EWT.
All right, Kathy, you have a great day. All right, go ahead, break. I believe that sounds like the Canyons runner. Where are you at now?
Hello again, 8 firm heads up. We are at a spot called the Back Road Fire Break. It's from Google Maps. Look at Todd Valley Transfer Station, just south of Forest Hill. Follow the fire break down the hill, down the ridge, all the way down to the hill. That's where we're at, about 5.5 miles to go outside of Forest Hill.
So that time you were a little rough into the repeater. I would say probably 50% or so. I could barely make out can barely make out the what you were saying. It was not all that readable to me. Are you in motion while you're talking?
Negative. I am stationary at the fire break outside of Todd Valley. How do you read now?
You came up a little bit. I heard you're near Todd Valley, so it sounds like you're heading up the trail, not down the trail, because I think Todd Valley is south of it, so you're heading towards Cal 2. Have you made it to Cal 2 yet?
Not yet. We got probably another 2 miles to go before Cal 2.
Yeah, you're sounding better now, a little bit better this time around. All right, well, thanks for dropping in, and we'll catch you next time when you break in. Although I'm going to be closing it up here in a few minutes, so go ahead and just throw it out the call, and then I think Brian is monitoring. AI6JB.
Copy on. We really appreciate the support. Thanks so much. You guys have a great morning. K06 EWT.
All right, let's go and throw it over to Sam, K4LGI. Good morning, Sam. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Orion from Denver. I'm doing okay. I just want to jump in here and say hi before it got too late. Thanks a lot. We'll see you later, K4LGI.
Hey, you're most welcome. Good to hear you, Sam, and you have a great weekend as well. All right, folks, let's go ahead and take a round of log-onlys. Log-onlys, looking for log-onlys and for the Coffee Break Net.
K6GBZ for the log.
Pennsylvania. Kilo Mike 6, Mike for the log, please, Orion.
WB7, UKX, log only.
This is Rick, WB3CSY for the log only. Thanks, Orion.
Kilo Delta 6 Hotel Oscar November, thanks.
All right, let's go ahead and take stock. Who I heard, there were a couple double-ups, so I know I missed a couple. Good morning to K6 Golf Bravo Z. I got you here in the log. Good morning, Mike, KM6 Mike. Good morning, WB7 UKX. Good morning, Rick, WB3CSY. And a good morning to W6GLW. Came up on my Supermon. I didn't actually hear you, but you came up. Anybody else? Who did I miss?
AI6LZ.
K6DLK for the log. Good morning, O.
Kilo Oscar 6, Juliet Mike for the log.
Good morning to AI6LZ. We got you in the log. Good morning, Dan, K6DLK. It's been a while. Missed you. Good morning to KO6 Juliet Mike. I got you in the log. All right, folks, last call for log onlys. Are there any other log onlys out there? Last call.
Roy, Freedom, Pennsylvania. Yard work just finished. Log only. Thank you, Orion.
Delta, log only.
K6YMM, log only. Let me try one more time. W6EK Roy, Freedom, Pennsylvania. Log only. Thank you, Orion.
Hey, good morning, Roy, W87DH. Got you the first time when you showed up on Superman. Good morning, Vincent, KN6VYD. How you doing this morning? Welcome to the net. Got you in the log. And Mike, the other person of the dynamic duo, K6YMM. Welcome to the net. Anybody else wants to drop in real quick? Did I miss anybody? Thank you, everybody, for joining me here on the Coffee Break Net for this Saturday, April 11th, and this rainy day for Roseville. Don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. till 10 a.m. with Jeff, KW6U. He'll be running the net tomorrow morning, and we'll catch you all maybe next Saturday on the Coffee Break Net, where the sun is always shining, the birds are singing, and the fish are jumping. 73, everybody. AI6JB.